TEXITcoin, TEXITcoin, TXC on the Dex-Trade page. TEXITcoin, TEXITcoin, TEXITcoin.
Welcome to the very first TEXITcoin TV. We are now live on your television. So from the comfort of your living room, we can enjoy our company together with you. We're going to go through the very simplistic basics of TEXITcoin tonight. With me for our very first airing of TEXITcoin TV, we have TEXITcoin Ranger Jeh Horton. Hello, Jay. How are you this evening?
I am great, Rick. How are you, bud?
Well, I'm excited. I pretty much wake up every day and go to sleep, checking my coins and the value of the coin, like all the other miners. It's good to have you with us, a ranger, to answer everyone's questions. Let's go ahead and set that up. This is how you do it. You are watching us on TEXITcoin TV on YouTube and Facebook live from the comfort of your living room, or maybe just driving down the street in your car on your cell phone. Either way, safe travels. Independence and freedom for all right here in the chats. We've got Texas Ranger here. Can't wait to see this. So this is how you do it. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you just comment and it'll come up right here as I engineer, and we'll be able to pull it up and we'll laugh at you. Or no, I'm kidding. We'll all have a good time together and we'll answer all your questions. That's the power of what we have here. Since it's live and there are so many people interested in TEXITcoin right now, this is an excellent way to answer all of your questions. And I'm very thankful to Jeh Horton joining us tonight. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing great, Rick. Unfortunately, I may not be able to answer all your questions, but I don't know why the sky is blue. I don't know several other things, but hopefully if it's not too involved in the technology, I can answer your TEXITcoin questions.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're going to take it easy tonight because this being our first, show. One thing is I don't want to get going too fast because people are still figuring out, okay, they're live. We started about 12 minutes late. My apologies. But again, Jay and I are going to be, getting used to each other a little bit tonight. And then what we're offering to do is be here every every Tuesday night with Jeh Horton. Is that right?
That's the plan.
And then with Jadron on every Monday night, and that's Jason Birch. So that's every Monday night. I don't know if we're going to do that here at TEXITcoin TV, probably. But either way, everybody who is interested, come on in and join us. Make yourselves comfortable. Make yourselves at home, especially if you're already a TEXITcoin miner. TEXITcoin TV is a place for you to relax, have a good time together as always, but also learn and succeed. We want to help you as a miner succeed here. And that's part of what we're all about. And you'll see that develop in many multiple ways. How about that, Jeh Horton? I've seen you working really hard there at the Mansfield TEXITcoin offices. I know you have a heart for this, and the people, your friends, you're signing up left and right.
Well, yeah, this is the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. And I kind of fell into it. I like to tell people I'm the Forrest Gump of TEXITcoin. I didn't know anything about it. A buddy of mine said, hey, man, put some money in this. You might make some money. You might lose it. We don't know. And I tried it, and it's just turned into this, flipped my entire financial life upside down and my social life. I mean, I've met people that I'm working with now I would have never met any other way. It's just been a blast all the way through. And I really believe this thing's going to create probably 200,000 or more millionaires over the next year. And, if you're willing to take a little risk, this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's a gamble. We're just a couple of fools here sharing our hearts, right?
Yep.
But it's not quite the gamble that, say, Vegas is.
No, of course, quite a few of our compadres are in Vegas right now for some sort of crypto conference, and the actual Bobby, our founder, actually spoke at it today. I think we have a little clip of about 6 or 8 minutes of that, talking about our mission and what we're about, and nobody says it better than Bobby does.
Our duties, and I say, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. How are we supposed to make friends and build relationships with our partners overseas when we have to pay these crazy costs to get the best equipment in the world? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's made all over the world. The greatest technology for ASICs comes from our friends at Bitmain. The greatest hydro cooling solutions come from the other friends we've made here. And the cost to import all this stuff is going through the roof. And I said, Ma, how far we've come. 250 years ago, when our country got started, our founders warned about foreign entanglements. They advised us to avoid making alliances. They said free trade with all and alliances with none. And man, today they seem to have forgotten at that conference across the street that it's people, it's individuals like you and me that have to pay those crazy tariffs. At the end of the day, we have to pay them out of our own pocket. And that's no way for us to make friends with our allies and our partners on the other side of the world.
All right, that's a good place to hit pause. What's your thoughts on that, Jay? We're getting a little ahead of ourselves because I do want to keep it simple. But talk about the application of the coin if you want.
Well, our goal is to take over where Bitcoin started out back, whatever it was 20 years ago. And they were supposed to be a utility coin, and they just never really got there. They ended up being so valuable that it's just a traded commodity now. But, we plan to layer coins on this for people to use as actual currency all over the state of Texas, and maybe eventually all over the world. It's the most amazing idea I've ever seen put forth. And, the crazy thing is the income it's producing now while we're still just a baby.
Well, it's honest currency, and I would like to watch the rest of this video. It's very impressive. How about those graphics?
Yeah, those are really cool. But it's Vegas, they're always cutting edge on that kind of thing.
Yeah, bet they're having a blast out there. Next year, the Spear. You just never know, right?
Correct.
Well, anyway, I saw some video earlier of some of the traffic and some of the lights going by and things. So I'll find that here in a little bit. Why didn't you go out to Vegas?
Well, there was a qualification, and I didn't qualify. People think I'm some sort of super referrer, but I refer 4 or 5 people a month. In the meantime, I'm helping people downline refer people, helping people crossline refer people, helping people figure out how to get on Coinbase. There's a lot of people in this that are literally crypto novices, including me, and we've got to learn how to do this thing if we're going to be part of this world.
Yeah, you're hustling.
So I didn't qualify. I also had a scheduled event because they had changed the date of the Vegas event.
Okay.
So scheduled an event for this weekend, and it would just been the logistics were just almost impossible. I was
okay. Well, that's kind of what I was referring to. How did your weekend go? You went to a card.
We did a card show. Yeah.
Card show
down in Georgetown. We thought it was going to be mostly sports cards. It turned out to be almost all Pokemon cards. And of course, Monty Klein was one of the people I met there. He's actually just.
He said, "Hey Jay, this is Monty. I met you last Saturday at the TEXITcoin dinner in Georgetown." Yeah,
what we did was we did a little card show, and then we handed out invitations, and people came out to a dinner afterwards, and a handful of them bought shares. And the main thing we did was get some branding out there. Everybody that walked through that card show saw our big banners, big posters, and a lot of people asked questions. Who may show back up? If nothing else, maybe they'll go on Dex-Trade and buy and sell some coins and help us build the market. But it was a great weekend. I stayed with some friends down there. I met some new friends. I guess that's one of the coolest side benefits of this thing is I would never, according to Rick, he and I met before TEXITcoin, I don't really remember, but now I know. Now we've had multiple long conversations.
Thank you, Jay. Well, you've always been busy, you know, and so have I. I'm a professional house painter, and so I've always been busy too. I just go out of my way to bug people, you know, from time to time. All right, look here. TEXIT Raider is with us live. What's up, Jay?
Hey, Jonathan, how are you doing, bud? Yeah, Jonathan, actually, if you guys want to see some really cool video about TEXITcoin, he's got a ton of it out there on YouTube. Since almost day one that he bought his first share, he's tracked every day how many coins he made, what they're worth on the market. It's really kind of fun to watch. And, you know, he's probably ahead of me a long ways on the crypto end of this thing. But he's also a video guy. He does, you know, he videoed most of our Ranger weekend back in May. Just very cool. Or was it, this is May, must have been April. Anyway, he's a very cool guy, and go check his videos out. He's got a lot going on. You'll learn a lot about TEXITcoin watching his stuff.
All right. So I just posted his link in the comments, and I want everybody to kind of see as we do this and keep up. Your link just went to our Facebook page, which has over 1,000 members already. So we got 1,000 people over there that may see this. And then also I want to point out to Monty Klein. Not everybody who is in TEXITcoin are, you know, signing up people. Some people just invest and watch their coins fill their wallet daily, right?
Yeah, I would say about 60 to 80% of people who buy shares in TEXITcoin never really put any effort or even refer anybody. They might refer a couple of family members, but there's only a handful of people who are really working the referral side because it's not necessary. You know, you can buy mine shares and just sit and watch your money grow. All the referring does is give you some more mine shares and maybe make a little money for your pocket. And it's great. It's an amazing program, but it's not going to be, you know, it's going to go away once the mine is at full size. And there's no need to, if you're not interested in referring people and you're thinking about risking a little money on this endeavor, man, I don't know there's ever been a better opportunity in my lifetime, and I'm 60 years old. I don't even think Bitcoin was as good as buying a mine share in this.
You're probably right. I know I'm excited. I mean, it's very exciting, and you know, I'm just trying to make more money so I can buy more shares. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to, before we move on, point out to Monty Klein, if he is one of the reasons people don't, you know, make an effort to sign up other people is because the one of the reasons why people are signing up in the first place, just buying the share, is because cryptocurrency is private, and there are a lot of private people, even rich people. There are a lot of people who want to keep their investments private, and so that's part of the reason why you know, a lot of people, that's their main reason for doing crypto, is keeping their business private. But people like Monty or Texit Ranger, anyone who...
Jonathan's the Texas Raider.
TEXIT Raider. I knew that already. Thank you for correcting me, though. You know, part of what we're here for, I'm going to have multiple instruction videos. You can see part of what we're doing here, but I can pull up Canva Pro and I can design a video and teach you how to design a video for yourself in Canva Pro. Different things like that. I'm not going to do a ton of them. Just going to do like a small series of 8 of different things like that. So we're here for all of the above reasons. Anyone who's interested in TEXITcoin and has some questions, we're here to answer your questions. Thank you for being here. To the TEXITcoin miners, we're here to support you. We're here to you know, share what we know, share our skills, just be a hub for all of that, and then also hopefully help you you know, get your TEXITcoin up and going if you want to have a social media format or, things like that to reach your friends and family. Because what's going to happen, Jay, before we move on with the simplistics, when people find out the returns you're making on TEXITcoin currently, what are they going to ask?
Probably one of the first questions people ask is, well, can I do that? And it's not as lucrative as it was when we bought in the basement when we first started this thing, but it's also not nearly as risky. If you buy something, this thing went from 2.8 cents a coin to $1.03 a coin now in a year. When we first bought our shares in the early days, there wasn't even a coin yet. So,
Right.
Yes, you aren't going to make as many coins as fast as we made them, but they're going to have a lot more value, and you can still really turn out a huge return on this thing. Typically, people buy a share, and within 90 days, they've made their money back. Now, it doesn't project out that way. If you look at the numbers immediately as soon as you buy a share, you'll say, well, I'm making this many coins and I'm making that. It usually averages around $5 a day when you buy a single share. But what happens is, as you compile those coins, you end up making more, and the value of the coin goes up. Your portfolio or wallet, for lack of a better word, grows every day. And as the coin goes up, for instance, a single share that bought in my wife's name in August has already got $12,000 worth of coins in it. Is that because it was making millions of coins? No, it's because the value of the coin has gone up and up as the output of the mine has been spread between more of us.
Thank you for explaining that.
It's pretty amazing how it's worked so far. And I don't like to make predictions about what it's going to do in the future, but I'll tell you what it's done so far. Actually, I'm meeting with somebody tomorrow who did a buy three, get one back December 21st. Mm-hmm. He spent $29.85.
Yep.
He's got $11,000 worth of coins. His wife's concerned that crypto's volatile, so he's going to come cash out his $3,000 and he's going to get it back, and he's going to be playing with house money going forward. And that's not an untypical story, and I expect it to continue to do the same thing, although I won't predict that.
That's one wise way to do it. Take your money out, and especially if it brings peace in your household,
Yeah. Peace in the household is always a good thing.
Well, and it's nothing lost in the end, because if you invested 3 and you made back 11, you're just pulling your 3 back out and putting it back into your home,
Yep. Back into
throw another $1,000 in there while you're at it. And then I hope that they're buying investing the rest on shares. Let's talk about that. Because it does touch on what you just said. People that have coins, what would the value in investing those coins into more shares as compared to holding on to those coins?
Well, my philosophy is leave them in there and put more money in if you want to. But I have some disposable income to play with. Not everybody's in the same situation. I helped a guy just this weekend do exactly the same thing. He had a single share and he had about $4,700 in it. So we cashed out $3,000 and he used that to do a buy 3, get 1. We did do the math, and best we could extrapolate it based on, current data was it was going to take him about 150 days to make back his original coin. But after that, he'll be back where he started, and he'll be making 4 times as many coins a day as he would have.
Right.
So 150 days to get your money back or get your coins back up to the level they were at. It's a 135-year coin. 150 days is a pretty small amount to give up, in coin value.
And, for the record, it's still at, close to that same rate. In other words, anyone that invested a month ago has made close to 1/3 back.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it is, we share the coins with more and more people, and there's less and less coins per share, the value keeps going up. So yeah, it's always averaged when you first buy in, it's always averaged $5 or $6 a day at the current coin value. The thing is, when the coin value goes $3 or $4 to $2, $3, $4, $5 from the dollar it's at now, those 5 coins now turn into 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60. And all of them turn to that every single day. That's the crazy thing, is it's an everyday thing. While you're asleep, that mine is working. And about 7:30 Central Time, those coins show up in your account, and they've got monetary value. You can sell them tomorrow if you want. It's really, it's to me, now that I've been in it for a year, it's a no-brainer, but you can't always convince people of that.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and catch up in the chats here. This is very important. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. It's just as valuable, or more so, to us as it is to you. So thank you for being here. Your comments are important. Your questions are important. That's the whole reason we are here. It's a great idea to have a little bit of both, says Jonathan.
Instant coins and future coins. Yeah, I agree, Jonathan. You can, and there are a lot of people who are buying coins as well as having their mine produce them. And
right.
Wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I have a hot wallet, and I have a share now that goes to that hot wallet. And for a while, I was doing some fun day trading where I would sell them, and then I would take the USDT and wait for the coin value to drop a little, because it does fluctuate up and down. Yeah. Buy some more, put them at a not a market sell, it's like a limit sell for more than they were currently going for. And
Good
then
plan.
when I saw that the coin reached that level and it sold them off, I'd go watch till it dropped again. I did that, turned 2,000 coins into 3,000 coins in about a month and a half, just playing a little day trade with it.
Wow.
So, if you want to do that side of it, that's exciting to you. It's actually kind of fun. Do you have to? No, you can literally, like I did, not look at it for 4 months and open it up, and there's multiple thousands of dollars sitting there in your account.
Well, thank you for talking about it, and thank you to Texit Ranger for bringing it up, because that's one of the things you don't really hear that much about, because this coin is still being mined. But in the future, that's all there's going to be, is trading the coins and the value of the coins. But again, that's something we don't really talk about much. So thanks for bringing it up. Let's see. Monty Klein said something that I wanted. Yeah, 100%. Great point. I'm with both feet, soaking up as much as I can. All right. So for you, Monty, I want to say check out TEXITcoin Raider or TEXIT Raider. They have some great videos. I think the thing I liked about some of their videos the most was that it was when they were at a show, like a gun show or a card show.
Yeah,
and
he doesn't.
So the visceral effect of actually explaining it to people live was a lot more interesting and captivating, if you will, than just watching someone talk about it. So some good info there. Also, Jason Birch at Jadron on YouTube. Let me see. I've got Troy Dorsey texting me here. I guess I should text him back.
Hey, Troy, he probably knows that's who I was talking about earlier.
I've been messing with my computer all day, trying to be a tech guy. And so I figured out how to text and call from my phone on my computer. How about that?
Well, since Monty's talking about being a power referral, let's talk about referrals for just a minute.
Thank you.
One of the things people ask me all the time is, how did you refer 60 people? And there's people who've referred. There's a guy right now that's at 109, and he's been in a lot less time than I have. But all I did was, I was scared my friends were going to be mad. So I called them up and said, look, I don't care what you do, but I'm making money in this thing. And, you can join me, or if you want, or you don't have to if you don't want to. As a matter of fact, the first thing I usually say to someone who I haven't talked to yet about TEXITcoin is, I'm telling you this because if it happened to me or happened to you, I'd want you to tell me. And that's my main reason for referring people. I didn't even know they were going to give me little bonuses and stuff. That was all a big new thing to me. Of course, now that it's happening, it's very cool. But the referral side is not what you think of it as a referral. Then you're not selling anybody anything. You're not talking them into anything. All I do is just say, hey, put this money in. It made this much money. It's so easy to do. If you're interested, let me know. If you don't like me, that's cool too. Oh, you're one of Jason's guys, just like Rick is. Very cool. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
Well, Jason is one of your guys.
Yeah, Jason's in my group. I referred Jason. I'll tell you a story about Jason. When I referred him, he said, "Man, I like this and it's really cool, but I've lost a lot of money in crypto. I'm not referring anybody. I'm afraid somebody's going to lose money, and I just would feel terrible." Well, now he's a sponsoring idiot. I mean, he's just sponsoring people as fast as he can. He earned a trip to Vegas, which means he sponsored 10 people within a 5-week period. So it's interesting how once somebody really like me, once you find out what you really got your hands on, how easy it is to talk to people about it because you love it and you're excited about it and you're watching it happen in front of you. So, yeah, I would say, don't overthink this sucker. I've had people sit down and try to make out plans and work out marketing and we're going to send this many postcards. Just call your buddies and say, "Look, man, I'm making some money.
Yep.
I'd hate for you to miss it. If it's not for you, that's cool. But if it is, you ought to try this sucker out."
Great advice. Because, the coin sells itself. That's what you find out when you look at it. You realize, wait a minute, this thing is too good to be true.
Right.
And so you have to I'm a deep researcher. So I had to, check and double check and check again. And, I'm convinced that I'm well on my way to making my investment back. And, I'm excited about the next 135 years.
Yeah, me too. Well,
For the first time in a long time, excited about the next 135 years, I might add.
yeah, I understand that.
We feel your pain, everyone. We know what you've been going through. We've all been going through it together. And, it's obviously a big if. Look at us. We're just a couple of fools here telling you about our experiences.
Yeah.
But if it pays off, what a game changer for, those of us who, long to have, an opportunity to make the world a better place in many multiple ways.
Yep. It's funny because a lot of referral businesses, they teach you to cut your hair and wear a suit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am, an aging guitar player in a David
Thank you.
and 100 pounds or more overweight. And people sign up with me. If they'll sign up with me, if you look better than me, which almost anybody watching this is bound to look better than I do, you're not going to have any trouble with this thing. As a matter of fact, you're gonna probably be beating people off with a stick. Just tell them, back up, man, because they're going to be. Oh, is that you or me?
This is me. It's TEXIT Raider. He says Jadron is a great guy. That's Jason Birch. I've seen him a few times this weekend. So TEXIT Raider is putting his Ranger chest out and boasting that he's in Las Vegas. He's one of the lucky few.
Actually, there's about 80 folks that actually qualified, and that's really cool. When I saw the qualifications, I didn't think very many people would qualify, but it's great. I've got a bunch of guys in my group that are there, and I'm really excited for them. Bobby's a great guy to hang out with. It's almost a shame there's so many of them because his time's going to be limited. But man, the Vegas trips are cool. The Hawaii trip coming up in June is going to be cool. The Gaylord weekend we did with the Rangers several weeks ago, that was great. But the bottom line with this thing is it'll change your life financially. It'll just flip your entire financial paradigm, unless 3 or 4 grand a week is just pocket money to you. But those of us who that was a lot of money to, it's changed our lives.
Speaking of that, anybody who's looking for more information right now, you can look in the descriptions and click on the link that will take you to the TEXITcoin website and get all of the information there. We have talked about a lot of information already. We've had a great show. But I want to pull up the TEXITcoin website and let's kind of back down to the basics for a moment. Is that all right?
Sure. Whatever you want to do, Rick. This is my first foray into television. So
let's see here. Let's just make it simple and tell us what TEXITcoin is offering.
as a currency or the compensation plan?
To anyone who just happens to have questions, I like me, for example, I have multiple Facebook pages that I've converted into TEXITcoin pages. They used to be music pages or things like that. And so I don't think there's a whole lot of people here from those sources. But let's just say someone stumbled in and they don't know anything about TEXITcoin and they're just interested. What is TEXITcoin offering the individual?
We are offering the opportunity to own a share of the TEXITcoin mine, which means instead of buying a cryptocurrency, holding it for a while, hoping it goes up in value, then selling it, you're actually making that cryptocurrency every day. Your wallet gets its output. Everybody gets an equal share based on the number of shares that they own. If you own one share and it puts out 5 coins, then 2 shares are going to put out 10 in a day. It's that simple. It's all completely fair. It's all completely transparent. If you go on, there's a sister site to this one called mindtxc.com.
Yeah.
And there's a dashboard. I don't know if you can get to the dashboard on this site. This is the marketing site. I don't ever really get on it, but there's a dashboard where you can see graphs of how the mine is functioning. You can see graphs of how where the money's being spent. It's the most transparent crypto thing you'll ever see in your life. Even the founder of Bitcoin, nobody knows who that is. It's some icon. The guy's got some little avatar. Nobody actually knows him. Bobby, the founder of this thing, is right there in Vegas with everybody right now. He just did that speech that you showed part of earlier. He's a real dude. He's right down the road from here in McKinney. This is the most transparent way to get involved in cryptocurrency that I know of. Now, I don't know everything about cryptocurrency, but I know enough to know that this thing has put a bunch of money in my pocket and a bunch of my friends' pockets. And I'm not convinced I could have done the same thing with Bitcoin. I certainly couldn't have bought enough Bitcoin to make enough money to make the kind of money I've made in this.
All right. So is this what you were talking about? This is a CoinCap?
No, that's CoinMarketCap. That is an independent group that rates cryptocurrencies. Run to, if you can, MINETXC.com. And we'll look at the dashboard. And you can see some of the stuff on the dashboard I don't even understand, to be completely candid. But you can at least see some of the transparency of the group. And that's amazing to me how transparent it is. It's not some secret society getting ready to do a rug pull. All right, so up at the top there, click that dashboard entry. There you go. So here you go at the top. You've got some performance graphs. How's the mine performing today, or how's it performed over the past week and or month or whatever? You can see the dates at the bottom of the graphs. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see every dime that's come in and how it's being spent. If you click on any one of those items, it'll tell you this is advertising, this is commissions, this is administrative, this is equipment. Then the other circle graph on the far right there with the brown and the green, that shows you where we're located. That tells you how many people currently own shares. So
Texas has got a chunk, but it ain't got the biggest chunk. Oh,
well, the biggest chunk
United
is the
States
rest of the
America.
U.S. And I think I love the cuteness of that because it says miners by country, and it shows Texas as a separate country from the U.S.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
awesome.
Down at the very bottom, there's the leading referrers on the right and the leading earners on the left, and all that's transparent. And I'm not really 100% sure I want everybody to know I've made $82,000 in commissions, but if you work for the IRS, I promise I'm paying my taxes.
All right, so there you are, right there, top earner.
Look at those commission rates. I mean, this thing's only been around for a year, and Chris Beck at the top of the list up there has made over $100,000 in that year. That's just in commissions. Lord knows how many TEXIT coins he has.
Yeah,
this is
shares shares, right? Coins and shares.
Oh yeah, he's got more shares and everything. It's amazing how lucrative this thing is for very little money up front. It's just amazing. It's just it's a well-designed referral system. It's a well-designed coin. Are there problems? Yeah, we're only 2% of the way to funding the mine. We're only a year old. There's bumps in the road, but man, you can bump me all around as long as you keep throwing money at me.
Right. Yeah, it has been a little bumpy the last couple. I mean, it's always bumpy, but it's been a little up and down.
Well,
I didn't expect it to go back down to 102, but that's all right. You know, I didn't expect it to be over $1 that soon. So
yeah, nobody expected to be above 80 cents at this point. The big prediction was 80 cents, and it just jumped over 80 and ran to 102. It actually ran to 110 at one point. But that's just the value of the coin. There are bumps in the road because we're not fully automated. We don't, you can't. There's things that the office has trouble keeping up with because we're growing so fast. I mean, my group alone in the last 3 weeks has gone from 300 shares sold in a week, or 300 shares purchased in a week, to 400 shares purchased in a week, to almost 600 shares. That's in 3 weeks. And every other group has grown just as fast. So there's going to be times that we just have trouble keeping up because this thing's so volatile. People are jumping in it so fast now, so much faster than we really expected. Which
this
means,
says 2,103 users this month.
Yep, new people this month. That's how fast it's growing. I was the 20th person to buy a share a year ago, and as recently as August or September, when I started referring people, we were only at about 150 people. And now it's 5,292. Next week, it's probably going to be 6,092 or something. We're probably going to put another 800 people in. It just goes that fast. It's unbelievable. And,
oh, yeah. It's definitely going to have a cyclical, circumstance where it's going to gain momentum, and it'll gain momentum fast. Like it doubled before, but they were smaller numbers. You're right. It'll continue to double as the numbers get larger.
It's like an arithmetic progression. As you get more people involved and more of them are excited, like Monty a minute ago, and like you are, more people are excited and wanting.
Hello, Monty.
Fastest it's going to go. It's going to fly. Yeah.
All right. So here's TEXITcoin Raider saying dashboard view is great for miners or non-miners to see daily information.
He's right. And that's why I wanted to pull it up and show it to everybody. And it's public. You just go to mytxc.com and hit dashboard, and anybody can see it. It's all transparent. I dare somebody show me that kind of information on Bitcoin, because I don't know where it would be. I'm sure the Chinese aren't sharing how their mine's working.
Well, since you crossed that bridge, let's go ahead and talk about the difference between TEXITcoin, one being a level 1 tier, and then also how it's protected from being bought out like every other Bitcoin has.
Well, and Bitcoin, of course, is a particular crypto.
I mean, every other crypto coin has.
Yeah, which has become a lot like Xerox. Who people call copiers Xerox machines because they were the first company to be big copier.
Right. Yeah.
But, the biggest difference that I know of, and I'm not an expert on how many companies might be public or might be crowdfunding, but this is the only one that I know of. I was told there's one more that's crowdfunding the mine, but they don't have a coin yet, and their shares are $2,500 a piece, not $9.95 a piece. So there's a difference there. The big difference between crowdfunding and owning shares like we do and what you can do with Bitcoin is if you buy a Bitcoin mine, you're competing against that Chinese mine and everybody else who has one. And that the chances that you're going to beat that Chinese mine to the next Bitcoin is pretty slim. As a matter of fact, I don't know that anybody's getting any Bitcoins other than the Chinese mine. Whereas ours are shared based on your number of shares, period. You're never going to get beat out of your coins. You're going to get your coins every day. As a matter of fact, when there's a glitch in the system, like when they first started, they used different technology than they're using now. If somebody's share didn't produce coins that day because of a glitch in the system, Bobby went and made up their coins. So this thing is about as fair as you can get And people talk about the compensation program and say, well, that must be a pyramid. Well, I've never seen a pyramid where a guy at the bottom can make more than the guy at the top, and frequently do. This thing is it's designed as well as it could be designed. This may be the smartest thing I've ever seen anybody come up with. My personal opinion is that Bobby Gray is the smartest human being I've ever known. And it took me till I was 60 to meet somebody that smart. And is he perfect? Are there never any problems with this thing? No, but boy, man, if you're going to give me $3,000 for telling my friends about this sucker, I don't care if you ain't perfect. I mean, this thing's it's just amazing to me. Monty, this has become his favorite webpage, the dashboard. Yeah, people love the dashboard, man. I mean, especially guys who are heavily into crypto and understand the mines and all the technology. To me, it just looks like some cool graphs. But, again, I'm the Forrest Gump of this thing. I didn't plan any of this. I didn't know I was going to do this. It just kind of all happened. I got on the shrimp boat one day and there was a hurricane, and the next day I got rich.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
And I can't run very fast, so I'm not even Forrest when it comes to running.
Well, and you and I are both convinced that this ride has just barely begun.
Oh yeah, this is ground floor as it gets.
No, just talking about getting rich. You're not just getting rich. Anybody in now and all. I mean, if it goes the way in all my foolishness, I'm no financial advisor here. I'm just, I'm a deep researcher, and that's why I'm excited about it. One, I'm excited for myself. I'm excited for my children mostly, but also my friends and family. It gets in your system, doesn't it, Jay?
Oh yeah, it's the most fun I've ever had making money, and I play guitar for a living.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk about that more sometime. Hey, right now, let's go ahead and roll this video that's on the screen. I'm getting this from Jennifer Birch or TEXITcoin Miners. Actually, turn the volume off.
This is the bus with the TEXITcoin ad on the back of it. The whole bus with a whole bunch of TEXITcoin ads going down the street in Vegas. Very cool stuff.
That one's cool.
Yep, they're all cool, man. This is amazing stuff. We're really starting to get heavily into the branding phase, which is making this really interesting. I've actually gotten a couple of calls from people who don't even know me just because they saw an ad.
I'll read it. The mine went down briefly a while back. Because of that, the next day he added 25 additional coins to the pool, additional distributed the following day to make up for it.
And
so
that, in a
you
nutshell,
want to talk about that?
Yeah, that in a nutshell is how generous Bobby is. He didn't have to do that. It was a glitch. It happened. He doesn't have to do a lot of things he does. I've never seen anybody as generous as he is in any kind of business I've ever been in before. He could easily make the compensation plan a tenth of what it is, and people would still do it. But he wants everybody to succeed and have fun doing this and enjoy it. And man, has it worked out. Real quick, before we get too close to the end of the show, I want to say, if you're in the local Arlington, Mansfield area, and you're involved with TEXITcoin, or you're not, we have an office at 116 North Main Street in Mansfield, Texas. That's 116 North Main, Mansfield, Texas. And every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, the doors open. We usually have some pizza or some sandwiches or something and some drinks in case you didn't have time to grab dinner. And about 7 o'clock, I get up and tell the story of how I started this thing, or how I got involved in this thing, and how it all works, how the marketing plan works, all that good stuff. Really good opportunity to come see what we're doing, come see our brick and mortar office. And the coolest thing about this office is this was the original bank in Mansfield. And if you look straight down that hallway, you can see.
Hang on. Let me bring you up.
Yeah, there you go. just past that post, you see a black door. That's the old vault from the bank. We're
Sure
literally
is.
in the old bank. If you can't see the irony in that and enjoy it, I'm sorry. That's hilarious to me.
It is. It's beautiful. And you're just selling, or TEXITcoin just selling merch out of it right now.
Yeah, one of the ladies who bought a share in my group, Shauna Hutchison, she makes hats and shirts, and they're all in bags. Well, right that way. We have them here at the office, and you can swing by and get one anytime. And Monty, when I come back down to Central Texas, I will make sure I bring you a hat, bud. Monty's saying, I want that white blue hat behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, there at the Mansfield office, they have everything, including coins, right? You have cold storage coins there.
We have the cold storage wallets. We have merchandise like the shirts and stuff. And I don't make any money, and TEXITcoin doesn't make any money off the shirts and bags and stuff. Shauna does that as a little extra thing.
Awesome.
And I don't know that she makes a huge profit on it, but we all have stuff. I could go all week with just TEXITcoin shirts if I wanted to. Now I bought enough of them.
Oh, sure. There ain't no shame in it. We're all helping each other. I make videos. I do live streams. I mean, my services are available if anybody needs the help. Otherwise, I'm signing up TEXITcoin.
Yeah.
Hey, I pulled up the Google page. I don't know if you can see it there on the screen. Home TEXITcoin Mansfield office. There it is. So if you just Google TEXITcoin Mansfield office, all the information will come up right there, including links to the website, the phone number to call, the address, all of that.
Yeah, I better start checking the messages on that phone number.
Let's see. I also want to pull up the other page about the meetings, Eventbrite. Is that who it is? Eventbrite?
That's one of the places we put meetings, and we also post them on the Telegram pages. But yeah, a lot of our meetings are on Eventbrite. We do restaurant meetings. We do. I don't know if my our standing Wednesday meeting is on Eventbrite or not. I'm pretty sure it's not.
It is.
But make sure it gets on. Is it on there?
Yep. Give me just a second. I'm pulling it up here. I'll have to find the other website. I apologize. This one here is pretty helpful. But there it is on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Let's catch up here. We've got that office sure is snazzy. It's a good looking place. It is Texit Raider. Has he got a chance to see it in person yet, Jay?
He was here. Yeah, we came down when he was here for the Ranger weekend a couple.
Okay. Okay. I didn't want to be redundant in explaining, but to everyone else, if you get a chance, it's really beautiful. The setting is a historic downtown Mansfield. It's just a lovely, beautiful setting there of old buildings and independent-owned businesses, including restaurants and bars. And it's just a great place to have a good time, really. It is. I'm so glad the office is there.
Yeah, me too. I mean, when Bobby called me and said, "Hey, man, I want to put an office in Mansfield, find us a spot." He wanted it on Main Street, which this is obviously 116 North Main, but it's right dead center of old downtown. We looked at there were 3 places for rent open in this area, and the coolest thing was, out of the 3 places, this was the best deal as far as how nice it was and how many square feet we had and how well equipped it was. And for the price it was going to cost, and it's the old bank, and it's literally next door to the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
And there's a coffee shop on the other side of the chamber. So if you want to come by, have a cup of coffee, come in and talk to me, hang out, you can do that anytime. It's anytime I'm down here. I'm trying to be more and more present at the office just because I want to have more presence here. I want people, when they walk by and they want to come in, there's somebody here to let them in and talk to them.
Well, and then we're doing more events. We're doing the Thursday lunch now.
Yep. And we're going to start doing a Tuesday night. As soon as I get back from Florida in June, we're going to start doing a Tuesday and a Wednesday meeting. And long term.
Well, be careful, because I got you Tuesday at 8.
Oh, no, that's why the meeting starts at 7. So.
Okay.
And matter of fact, instead of the Wednesday meeting, it tends to be a social hour kind of after the meeting's over around 7:30, 7:45. On Tuesdays, we're going to shoo everybody out so we can do our TV show.
Right. There you go. And get them to come join us here live.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So Monty had asked for a link to the webpage. I don't know if he's talking about this one here, the Eventbrite.
That's what he was trying to get the page you have on the screen.
All right, great. Well, let me kind of take you through it real quick. Everybody watching, you can see here Wednesday, May the 28th. That's this Wednesday. Today's the 27th. So tomorrow, there's the location about the event. Come learn about how to become a TEXITcoin miner and learn how to join the awesome community, all working together to make life-changing money. TEXITcoin, more events. That's what I'm after. Tomorrow, that's the one we just looked at. Here we go. Here's a good one. Mansfield Dinner is on Us, Spring Creek Barbecue. So that's next Sunday. That's 2 Sundays, right? June the 8th.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be gone when that one happens. I'll be in Florida. We also have a dinner coming up, not near the Mansfield office, but in North Richland Hills at Ernie's this coming Sunday, the 1st. I don't know if that made this Eventbrite page or not, but I need to make sure it gets on there.
Well, if I can make a suggestion, it looks like the way the Eventbrite pages are set up is according to group.
Yep.
And so there's probably maybe a dozen different people doing these meetings all over Dallas-Fort Worth.
I don't think it's that many, but there's a handful of us.
So if anyone is listening, and maybe you already know the answer to this question, Jay, but if we could get it all in one spot, like, for example, this has this organizer. If maybe we could have another page that is just all events in Dallas-Fort Worth from all organizers, that would be really nice.
I think there is a page for that, but I don't know how to find it because I don't usually use Eventbrite. I know they have somebody kind of dedicated to setting up Eventbrites.
Okay, well, there you go. Now we have homework to do. If you want to put me in touch with someone, but I'll do some Google searching and we'll find it because we want to be able to share that every week. And also, let's point out that this is kind of a slow week because of the Vegas trip and Jay going to the card show. Normally, there are 3 or 4 events every week in the Mansfield, Arlington, Burleson area. So that's kind of the idea with both TEXITcoin TV. It's a lofty goal, but if I can get some support with some videos, graphics, anybody's got a little bit of coin to throw my way where I can do this every day. I would like to do these TEXITcoin TV shows live like this every day with different guests. But also like that, I would like to see the local meetings, the TEXITcoin meetings, whether it's at Spring Creek Barbecue, Mansfield, Burleson, the Mansfield TEXITcoin office, the No Frills Grill, Arlington. I'd like to see those going 4 or 5 days a week. And I know that all of y'all would too.
Very cool. Yeah. The goal here is to eventually have definitely Monday through Thursday night, have meetings every night at the office here. I can't host them all because I'm teaching music some of those nights. So I'm trying to get people who are trained and ready to do presentations to come and do what I would normally do. We've got, like I said, I'll be doing Tuesdays and Wednesdays going forward. So Mondays and Thursdays are open. Hoping we can get those as a regular thing. I believe we can pretty much keep it full all 4 nights if there's people who want to come and do the information part of it.
Well, you can count on me for Thursday also. And Troy Dorsey is supposed to be there every Thursday. Again, we just did it one time last week, so we're still trying to get that Thursday lunch off of the ground. But I do believe, especially being right there in historic downtown Mansfield, doing a lunch, I'm committed to it. So thank you for the opportunity to do that.
We're excited about using this facility as much as we can.
Yeah, well, again, once we get this off the ground a little bit, we'll be doing a lot more filming there at the office. Might even set up a studio upstairs. I mean, we don't really know exactly where this is going. We just know that it's going, and we're here making ourselves available to the masses to invite you along for the ride.
Very cool.
All right. So with that, I think we've had a good time together. There's a lot of things I'd like to talk to you about personally, Jay. Like we were just talking about events and everything else, but we'll catch up on that. As we start to wrap up, is there anything that you would like to discuss? Any links you want to share or anything?
No, I just want to reiterate, if you're if you're in that Mansfield, South Arlington, Midlothian, Waxahachie, North Johnson County, North Ellis County area, and you want to bring some people out, if you're already a miner, bring some people out to learn about it. Come to our office at 116 North Main every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Anytime between 6 and 7, the doors are already open. I don't start the information session until about 7 or maybe 7:05 if we're waiting on someone. If you're new to TEXITcoin, you don't have a sponsor, come on down to the meeting anyway. Me, Rick, or anybody who's here would love to sponsor you and be glad to help you get started and help you refer people and build your own little group of TEXITcoin miners. If you don't want to build a group and just want to be in, we'd still be glad to sponsor you and help you get going.
Absolutely. And, even if you just have questions, you're, just trying to poke around and figure it out, we're here for you for that. Also, every Tuesday, is that right, Jay?
Every Wednesday right now, starting midway through June, we're going to start every Tuesday as well. And then every Tuesday night at 8, of course, we'll be doing this TV show.
Hey, back up to Earl Raymond here. Grace Tormick.
Yep.
And I are hosting events in Granbury a couple of times a month.
Very cool.
I would like to help you with that. Not only will we talk about it here on Tuesday nights with Jay, but we'll talk about it with Jason on Monday nights. There's a couple of other people I've been talking to about doing shows every week, but I have to, I paint houses. I'm a professional house painter, everybody. So I had to paint houses, but if I could figure out a way to offset some of my income with graphic design, video design, or even your own custom live stream, I could invest all of my time into TEXITcoin. And not only that, have a great time together with you, Jay. I love what you got going on there in downtown Mansfield. My heart has been there for a long time, and you're just good people. So looking forward.
Right back at you, brother.
So finish up with Earl here. Earl, if you will let me know about it, like if you have an Eventbrite page, send me that information. My email, it's listed in the description below, so it'll always be there, but it's just TEXITcoin TV at Gmail. And if you'll send me that information, I can put it here. If you have graphics, if you, anybody listening, if you have an event or you have a Facebook page where you post articles or you have a YouTube channel, if you want to design a graphic and email me the graphic, I can share that graphic here and we can talk about it. Like this here. This is my grandson living the dream here over in Arlington. He is the one that makes my world go round. And how about this, Jay?
Guitars and Cadillacs. That's my group in TEXITcoin right there. We just did some math this week. We've got 1/3 of all TEXITcoin miners are in our group. Man, am I having fun with these guys. And it's the most amazing thing I ever got involved with.
How many musicians are in your group, Jay?
Oh, I couldn't even count them. I'd have to sit down and take off.
I'm in your group, Jay. Officially, I'm a guitar and Cadillacer, and I am a recording artist.
Yep. And I just talked to a guy who just signed up. From a TV ad or from a radio ad down in Austin, and he's a songwriter.
Yeah,
so there's a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them in this group. We're full of church people and guitar players.
Right? Yeah. Hey, I'm good with freedom lovers of all types.
Amen.
For me, I don't know about everyone else. I don't speak for TEXITcoin. I don't speak for financial advice, but I know at my core, it's not about left. It's not about right or even centrific. It's independence and freedom for
Yep.
all.
Agreed.
And so we hope that you all have enjoyed yourself here this evening on TEXITcoin TV with Jay and myself, Rick E. Warden. Join us every Tuesday. Let's see, Raymond will do. Our first one was last Friday. Place was packed. How about that? Congratulations. Well, that's how these events are, and that's why I'd like to see more of them. And I'd like to be able, to attend more. So, like, for example, what does that mean? On Wednesday, I do a music and entertainment show, so I have to leave at 7 and get to my house to set up. So it's going to be the same thing with your event on Tuesday. I'm not going to be able to attend that because I'm going to have to set up and get ready for you Tuesday night. And so same thing with Monday. I'll be with Jason Birch on Monday. And but that's all right. There's plenty of events, and I just want to make them all.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, Jay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
I did. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this. This is actually a blast. It's much more fun, much easier than I thought it would be. You make it easy on me. It's pretty much all I got to do is kind of show up and Forrest Gump just like I always have.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that we do there at the office. We're just doing it here, and it'll pick up. Traffic will pick up. Thank you to everyone commenting tonight. Each and every one of your comments are very important. They're near and dear to our hearts, but we all know it's way more than that. We are tickling the algorithms that they have suppressed us with. That's how people think of it is I hate this social media, this algorithm. And it's true. There's a lot to hate. But, look at the commonsensical side. Hey, we know how to manipulate it. Let's tickle those algorithms together. And with that, I'll say this more at the beginning of the shows, but right now, like this video. It's very important. That's all we're asking you to do to support us is like the video. Share the video if you find it valuable. And what about this graphic? I've been playing around with a lot of graphics that would grab attention, on YouTube.
I like it.
Thank you. So I put a couple together. Not all heroes wear capes. Some shield with TEXITcoin.
I think you need to spell check shield, but I might be wrong.
Oh, did I? I wouldn't be surprised. I get going so fast, it's hard to little things sneak by you.
Not even before I, but I could be wrong.
All right. Well, there's another comment here. Jay, if you'll send me your link with your ID so that people can sign up, I'll put it in the description below.
Cool, I will do that.
And we'll put it there every week so that all our viewers have the option of signing up under you or signing up under me. And my TEXITcoin ID is Outlaw, and the link is there below. Yeah, and I'll get better about putting those links in the chats and things like that too.
Well, the good news about me is if you fill out the form and just put JEH, which is how I spell J, in the sponsor, I'm well enough known that I'm the only JEH.
Yeah, it pops, yeah.
in TEXITcoin, so they know who you're talking about even without the last name.
All right, so Monty here. TEXIT is advertising heavy in Austin. I really want to try and get regular meetups in the Austin area.
Well, Monty, I am working on that myself. I've been on the phone with several people in the group down in that area. Actually, even south of you guys, there's a guy down in Kyle I was talking to today. Yeah, we're going to get that off the ground pretty quick. When I get back from Florida in a few weeks, I'm going to have another meeting scheduled probably in either Georgetown or Hutto in that area. And we're going to keep building down there and keep inviting people to come out and give you some opportunities. And when one of y'all feels ready to, run on your own without my help, I've got a show kit down there, that pop-up banner that you saw at the barbecue place. That lives in Austin, or lives in Georgetown, or Pflugerville technically. So
Pflugerville.
Yep.
Excuse you.
And hopefully we can get it going where somebody down there feels confident enough to do the information side of this thing, and you guys can start doing some nice big meetings and building it down there. I'm excited about for you guys and with you guys, and I'll be down there helping out as much as I can get down there.
And on that, I'd like to help out too. So same thing, if I can offset my income with some graphic design, my price list is below, but you can also go to my video advertising today Facebook page. And I would totally go to Austin with you, Jay. I'd love to have my schedule free to where I could go do those kinds of things and not just attend, but, get pictures, get videos so that we can make shorts and, do it all up right.
Yeah, I agree. We need to figure that out for sure. I have the same problem because I still own the studio. I don't have enough free time to just be down there all the time. But boy, we can get that thing rolling. We can get it set up where it's got its own momentum, and then somebody down there can do what I'm doing up here, and it'll just kind of multiply itself.
Absolutely. All right. Well, speaking of that, let's multiply it again next Tuesday. You can see some of the things that I'm able to do here. I'm able to pull up any website. I'm able to design graphics and pull up graphics. So if there's something that you have in mind that you want to talk about, or have a graphic you want me to, have prepared, let me know. Like, for example, this week, it's just called Y'all Got Questions, We Got Answers. Getting it done. So every week we have to come up with a new, title, what we're going to be talking about, give people an idea and whet the appetite.
Very cool. Sounds good, bud.
So you have a good idea of all the different things we can do, including all these fun backgrounds.
Yep.
I mean, we're just getting started. There's a lot of fun to be had here with this technology.
Well, excellent. Well, if I don't see you tomorrow night, Rick, I'll see you Thursday at lunch.
Okay. Thank you again.
I sitting back while the crypto world flies, dreaming like a fool, watching chances pass by. TEXITcoin's calling, TXC's the key. A fortune's out there waiting, gonna set my wealth free. Grab that TXC, don't let it slip away. The blockchain's humming, it's time to play. If you think I'll miss this, you're way off track. TEXITcoin's my rocket, ain't no turning back. Decentralized dreams, that's the future I see. Mining in the Lone Star, stacking coins every day. TXC's my hustle, gonna pay my own way. Grab a TXC, don't let it slip away. The blockchain's humming, it's time to play. If you think I'll miss this, you're way off track. TEXITcoin's my rocket, ain't no turning back. Decentralized dreams, that's the future I see. Mining in the Lone Star, stacking coins every day. TXC's my hustle, gonna pay my own way. Grab my TXC, don't let it slip away. The blockchain's humming, it's time to play. If you think I'll miss this, you're way off track. TEXITcoin's my rocket, ain't no turning back. Oh, green light teams, this is where I start fucking great vision. It's a TEXIT heart, for normal big trade. Mine was correct, TXC's the future, let's take that ride. The market's alive with the chance to ignite. TXC's on the rise, gonna shine in the night. Don't wait for tomorrow, the time's right now. Stake your claim with TXC, let's show them how. Grab that TXC.